How do we learn to truly let go? Most of us are so used to being in control of our diets, of our bedtime routine, of the way we choose to drive to work, of how we choose to show up in this world, what we choose to wear, how we present ourselves. We're used to being in the driver's seat of life. But when you start living in your true purpose and your passion, you realize that the universe is moving through you and that there's nothing you can do, whether moving forward the needle or stifling the flow, that's going to ultimately stop you spiraling closer and closer towards this pinpoint of where you're supposed to reach. Try to stay in the sun. What do I mean by this? We can, of course, do things in life that maybe put us farther away from where we truly want to be, right? Eating the things that aren't right for us, being in relationships for too long that we should have stepped out of a long time ago, working a job that we know is not really helping ourselves or helping the world in the way that we know we can. But everything in life that how do I say this? How do I say such a thing that I felt myself live, right? When you let go, and gosh, the letting go is hard. The letting go is a free fall. And it's time for my sweater because it's chilly. Because I, had a whole plan for this day and this video, and things don't go to plan, right? That's the free fall. The free fall is not crumbling when it doesn't look exactly how you want it to, when it doesn't look how you planned it to. The free fall is God not letting you get that opportunity. Why? Because you're not ready for it yet, because you're still being initiated, or because there's something even bigger and better that is coming to take its place, but your life needs to be wide open enough to receive this. Being open to the flow and to the surrender is full trust. Full trust when you don't have the answers, full trust when you don't know what tomorrow looks like. Living in flow is realizing I used to plan my life out months, maybe even sometimes years at a time. But things change day to day and hour to hour because I'm surrendering to what the universe is giving me in a given moment. I say, okay, I hear you. I trust you to carry me, to bring me on this journey, to take me to wherever it is I need to go. I trust that I will arrive at the place I'm meant to at exactly the right time. Trust is not being able to Google the answers about how long until I reach this many followers on my platform, about how long until my business grows to XYZ revenue. When will I find the love of my life? We want to know so badly because then if we know, we feel like, well, maybe I can live my life in a way that helps me get there, or I can enjoy this time now until I have those things. But the trick is we need to be living like that right now. We need to be free falling, flowing every day as if all these blessings are coming at exactly the right time, not a moment before you're ready. So many serendipitous and synchronous things have happened to me in the past year of my life, but more so the past 6 months of my life when I really surrendered because for the first time in my life, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what was next. I didn't know what my job was going to be. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know who I would be friends with. I didn't know how. God, just tell me how. Please tell me how. Tell me exactly how. I'll do everything I have to do. I'll walk the path perfectly. I won't complain. I won't make mistakes. He says, no, Kennedy, that's not how it works. No, no, no. You don't get to know how. That's not what this is. You have to live every day, today, right now, as though you're living where your heart already is. Your brain has to match what's here. Our bodies learn from so young how to find safety, what environments feel like safety, what TV shows, what foods, and we are very uncomfortable straying away from safety. So, as often as you can, put yourself in environments where you don't feel safe. And I don't mean actually dangerous situations, I mean breaking up your routine, going to a new coffee shop on the other side of town where the cashier doesn't know your name, where they don't have your order down, where you have to wait in line awkwardly, not knowing, does it start over here or over there? Where do I park? You have to get uncomfortable every day because the more uncomfortable you are in your day-to-day life, the easier the big things are going to be. When you have that dream job land at your feet, the dream opportunity, the dream home, if you're not used to these micro exposures of discomfort, your nervous system will break. It won't be able to take all of this on. So if we teach our bodies now, and what's the number one thing you can do? You can live every day saying, with no physical proof, without the right environment, without the right people, without the right money, God, I trust you. I trust you. And miracles will start to happen. But miracles happen when you believe in them. And this is hard. You might have to believe for months or for years until it materializes. Why? Because you might believe with 99% of you, but that 1% that is still on the edge of their seat, still biting their fingernails, that's going to stop you. God is not going to give it to you right there. Nope. Not when you have everything perfectly set up, right? All of the I's dotted and the T's crossed for whatever endeavor that you want or that is in front of you. But until you have this full trust that no matter what happens, not only will I be okay, but I will continue to move forward. Because if something doesn't work out, what that really is an initiation, and it's a smaller scale version of what's actually coming towards you. But if you cannot trust that even these small moments, these smaller versions of your dream life, your dream partner, you upholding these boundaries, you taking charge of your health and eating the right foods, the real thing's not going to come on. And I know this to be true because the moments where I have been at my wit's end and I have had, not out of desire and not out of necessarily a conscious choice of God, I'm choosing to trust everything, I'm going to free fall, but I had no other choice. I was pushed into a corner where I've tried everything. I tried to do things the practical way, the stable way, the intuitive way, or so I thought, right? But the moment I said, I have nothing else left, I have no force to push against this motion, this magic in my path that I can only choose to fully surrender. The next day, something beautiful happens, a miracle happens that, one day, perhaps some days, I will begin to describe these miracles, small and large, that happen to me in very synchronous times. But, they're very special. They're very sacred in a sense that I want them just for me, a lot of them. And a part of that is trust, because I'm one of those people that has always been very social, very sociable, had amazing close relationships with my friends, and I want to tell them everything, every little detail, every little bit. But when you start to spread the magic of your life outwards, you're in a sense kind of checking with people. Is this okay? Do you believe me? But the universe and God want to know, if you tell not a single soul about the beautiful things I have given you, are they still real? And will you still live your life from that space knowing that they're true? Wow. It's a level of trust that doesn't come overnight. Well, it might for some, actually, depending on what circumstance you're in and what has led you to this very moment, this very video where I'm sharing my thoughts with you. But trust takes practice. Faith takes practice because it's so easy to say the words, yes, I trust this. I trust the universe. I trust my life. Nothing's going to happen. But do you feel it in your body? Do you feel what it feels like to not know genuinely, to not know what this evening holds, this sunset, tomorrow, the next week, and just continue to live every day as though you know you have this secret, this connection, this channel with God, with the universe, with the miracle maker, with the creator, that beautiful things are happening to you every day. Blessings are happening to you in a way that is so sacred. It makes sense that it's true. Things that you know that something bigger and divine is looking out for you, has a hand, a direct hand in your life, your everyday life. I have spent most of my life surrounded by lots of beautiful people, day in and day out. And for a lot of it, I felt alone or lonely. Maybe not a lot of it, but parts of it, I felt very lonely. I should say that there are parts of that where I felt more alone than I've ever felt, even though I was with other people. These days, I spend so much time by myself, there's not a soul around me for hundreds of feet, maybe a mile. And I have never felt more together, is the word, together with the world, more taken care of, more prayed for and loved. And I know that there's many beautiful people out there, people I love, who do pray for me, think about me every day. But when you're physically by yourself often, and when the noise quiets, you have the chance to feel what is around you, and it is felt. It is so very felt. I hope that this message is connecting with some people, those who are maybe feeling lost, or those who have walked something similar to me before. And know and feel what I'm talking about. And this might sound very up in the clouds or esoteric to some people, but it's quite funny because, when I've wanted to share thoughts like this before, I know that people in my life have thought I'm crazy. They have thought I'm crazy, but it's funny because I've never been more sober in my life, more clear. I haven't been drunk in over a year or high, not had alcohol, not had any substances of any sort, but I have never felt, on one hand, so lucid and clear, but on the other hand, so engaged and lifted up in this world. So very sensitive to every little thing around me. My point in sharing this video is to live a life of freedom, a life of harmony, and a life of love. We have to let go and trust. We're not going to have all the answers now or maybe ever, and that's the point. The point is to live with an open heart, to live so fluidly and true that anything can happen, and it's the right thing to happen, no matter what. No matter what happens, it's the right thing to happen for you. I came here today to film an entirely different video. I kept trying to start it. I kept saying the sentences, "Hi, I'm Kennedy. Hi this, hi that," trying to start it. It would not flow, it would not come out. And so I realized there's nothing I can do. This might be a wasted day, a wasted drive, wasted energy, wasted time. And then that release, that acknowledgement of, well, what can I do? It allowed the words to finally flow through. It allowed everything that was sitting within to come out. When you're sitting on a lot of energy that needs to expel in a very certain way, you can try to do everything. You can try to listen to music, you can try to cook, you can try to drive with the windows down, you can try to run. But if the energy only wants to flow through one way, it's going to bubble up until you allow that out. Speaking and sharing is a way that I move a lot of this energy that comes through me. I enjoy it. And when I try to dictate and force and tell myself this is what I'm going to talk about, it doesn't come through. It doesn't come through quite as clearly. And I just have to laugh about it. I just have to laugh. So thank you so much for sharing a moment of your time with me. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for being open to what this life has to offer, to the ways in which the world connects us, the ways in which the universe moves, the ways in which that we find the paths that we're supposed to walk, that we allow love to move through us so that we can help other people every day. I really appreciate you joining me here. I hope you have a lovely day or a lovely evening. I'll see you in the next video.